it suits the Eurasian agenda that Putin has of taking the former oligarch class that he's largely subordinated. He's looking at the Chinese model where, when a billionaire steps up and tries to say something political, they get told to sit down and sometimes disappear from the public eye for years, like Jack Ma. Putin wants that relationship with the moneyed class. And the problem he had was a lot of them were very westernized. So now those people are subordinated, their interests are gone. Putin can build more of a CCP-style autocracy and work on Eurasian integration with China, India, and Iran. I think it does, as you said, suit their interest to have a long war so that BRICS Plus can come together. And Russia's aims at this point are economic, and military, social, other aims are pretty limited, really. I mean, they're benefiting from this BRICS Plus integration. The one thing I will generally disagree with, though, is that they actually had, this was probably their plan C. They really didn't expect Europe to go as whole hog as they have, crippling themselves. What they underestimated, though, I think, and here we get into some territory where, a lot of people who, are sympathetic to Russia's case, casus belli in the war, Donbass and so on, maybe don't understand this, or maybe they disagree. But Europe really does have a deep commitment to the so-called green agenda. And Russian conventional cheap gas was slowing down things like the transition to massive offshore wind farms and the complete electrification of transport. Now it's no question that's going ahead. Every fever dream the Greens had about extreme conservation, insulate every building, electrify every vehicle, that is all absolutely happening and irreversible. So to that degree, the left in Europe is not particularly motivated to stop the war either until that's done. And the only time that they'll kind of, flip sides and go back to their traditional anti-NATO stance will be when U.S. LNG starts to actually show up, which, is the worst, dirtiest fuel in the world. And that's when you'll see a big reversal. So there's a dirty real politics game being played by the Greens in Europe. And that's also extending the war. And then thirdly, extending the war is the fact the Americans very much make a lot of money selling replacement weapons into Europe. They've destroyed the euro as a potential threat. And bringing this full circle back to the currency question.
Not all Americans. Some Americans make a lot of money. And some Brits and some Russians. Rich people are good at war. They tend to win it. Poor people should never go to war. They always lose.
Yeah.